Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to this week update on our instruments. We want to look at the possible trading direction and what we may get in the immediate, the intermediate, and the long term in terms of movement of price. This is DXY, the weekly time frame. We have been within this correction, supposedly correction, for quite a while, since 2022. And we saw the first sharp movement to the downside. We saw what looks like a corrective pattern in the middle. All these ones are corrective pattern. Then this is another sharp movement. Now, if this was to finish the correction, I want you to understand a scenario. If this were to finish this correction, then we should be going up all the way to break the top. That's the first thing we would expect, which is the long term to expect. And again, the long time to expect again could be that this is going to grow into a new trend and continue to break down. So those are the two possibilities. Either we go back to break this top, or we continue to go down to break this low. But that will be a long time. So is yet undecided, but we are at the crucial stage of this trade. The least we would expect, if this were just to be ordinary correction, is A, B, C to the downside, and 100% extension. The price is shy of that. The price had broken low of this, but the price is still shy of 100%. But in terms of counting the internal wave of this, is it up to 5 waves already? If the C has given us a 5 waves without touching the 100% extension, then it means that we cannot be thinking that this will be just a correction, because if it didn't touch 100% and begin to correct deep, it certainly will mean that that is not going to break the top. Since it didn't reach 100% extension, it certainly means that the price probably will correct, this particular wave as a wave B or a wave 2 and continue to break down. But if we saw reaction, or we get that reaction at 100% extension to the downside, and we begin to move up, then it could be that we are going up or we are correcting this wave. So all that is yet to be decided. But the only thing we can do for now is to stay with what the price had given us and to see if this internal structure of wave C is completed or not. And that will take us to examine what kind of pattern we can expect here to say that we are done correcting this wave, or we are done completing this wave, and perhaps we want to correct to the upside for more downward movement or to break up. Now, we're going to look at a couple of 5 waves and see what we are going to get on the lower time frame. The first one is, we are going to look at these as a 5 waves to the downside. That's the first one. We're going to look at this also as 5 waves, because this is a C wave in this flat formation. If this one is a C wave, it's going to be a C wave in zigzag formation. But this is a C wave in this flat formation, regular flat. And also, this also is a C wave in this correction of another running flat. So we can see this one, A, B, C. This being the first move of the entire run in this whole move to the upside here. because it looks corrective. We had said that, I think there was a video I did to see this as a possible 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 before we had this. So if this is completed, if this that we counted as 5 waves is a correction to this move to the downside, then it means that this one is going to continue to go downward, being a complete correction in itself. So we're going to look at this as a 5 waves and to see what we'll get. So we are going to turn up the heat and look at those areas. Let's go down to 4-day time frame first and see what to get. The first date we're going to look at is we're going to look at 24th of April 2010. So let's pick the date. April 26, 2010. Then April 26. So let's go to that. Okay, so let me bring out. So this is the area, mapped area that we want to look at and look at what it has given us. If it's 5 waves, is a C wave. In this case, we can see a C wave divided into 3 parts. This looks like an A part, a B, and a C part. And in this C part down here, let's look at it by zooming. We need to study the pattern. This is daily pattern. So we can see that this also looks like a 3-wave format here. A, B, C of an A, then the B wave, then the C wave as the 5 waves. So here we can see this pattern as a 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 here. That is what we can see. Now let's look at another pattern, which occurred on the 21st of January 2020. 2020, January 21st. Okay, January 20. Yes, January 21st, yes. So let's look at what is going to give us. So this is the C wave also here. In this C wave, this is the last low here, and we can see price moving up. So this is the beginning of a new wave up to this point and this point, because this is the last low. The last low will always probably mark, the beginning of a new wave. So here we can see that this is a wave 1, and we can see this combination of corrections as a wave 2 here. The whole of this went down to finish a wave 3 at this point. Now, these are things that probably I will want us to pay attention to. You can see here the way this wave worked itself to give an ending structure of this wave 3. This is wave 1, wave 2, then the wave 3 ending structure here, then the wave 4, then the last wave 5 in that regard. So we can see the way wave 3 worked out itself as an ending structure. It first peaked here for A, B, C, then began to go down as, yes, or we can say this is like going down as a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the way it is. Let me show you. So the wave 3 ended here. It drew the 4th wave, Then it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish the ending structure in that. Then a major 4, A, B, C. Then it went down again as a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are seeing that pattern. So let's look at another one, which occurred on the 8th of August 2022, which is the most recent one. 2022. August 8th. So let's look at that. Now, this is the most recent now. This is the most recent, which ended here. This is the last low here, which ended here. So in this also, we can also see wave 1 and wave 2 here. Then this looks like a wave 3. You can also see the ending structure of wave 3 here also. Like this gives like a 4th wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish the ending structure. Then we are now at a big wave 4 in between here, A, B, C, then the last wave 5, the downside. These are things we need to pay attention to. If we are still doing an ending structure, that means you should not break the height of wave 4, which is this wave 4 here. The primary wave 4 is here. Before we did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I finished the major wave 3 here, and then a major 4, A, B, C, then the last wave. So with that in mind, let's pay attention to where structure is at the moment. We're going to pay attention to where structure is at the moment to see what we have done here. So this is where structure is at the movement. So we can see that this looks like a wave 1, a wave 2, and the internal structure of 3, which may have ended the 4th wave here, the internal 4th wave of 3, the wave 5 of 3. As far as we are concerned, this is wave the new height of wave 4. Price coming back to break this. So we can see the corrective nature of this. So price coming back to break this means is that we are going back up to now break the top, or that we are correcting the old extent of this wave. So if we finish this wave, see it as a 5-wave structure, 2 things will now result thereafter, depending on the depth of completion here. So are we going to have a correction of a wave 2 for a further breakdown, or are we going back to the upside, which might mean that the old correction that we saw a bigger ABC may have just ended, the correction, and the price is going to push up higher. But we'll take it when we get there. But so far, in this formation now, what can we see in this move to the downside? If this one had been an A, B, C, or B, and a C here, which is completed as a 4th wave. So we now have a 1, a 2, a major 1 here, a major 2 here, a major 3 here, a major 4 here. This is to complete itself. So if we are to terminate, an 100% extension of the bigger wave is expected. To finish this as a wave C, if I zoom again, to finish this as a wave C, looking at this area now, let me check this out. So if this is a B now, so this becomes an A, this becomes a bigger B, So the C we must always pay attention to ending structure. So a bigger B will start here, which means a bigger A. I want to be quick as possible. So what we are saying is that at least if we are going to end this, except we want to do a deep correction of wave 2, we still expect this at least to click or tick 100% extension, which is here. 100% extension is around this area. We still expect that price will tick this area. If price does not tick this area and completes with C shy of this point, shy of that point, if it completes with C or gives a running a truncation of with 5 to the downside and begins to now cross this barrier upside, then that will be a recipe for a further down. That means dollar is going to begin to drop more. So if we complete, but this to me, it's the final movement to finish this wave as C, and it is destined for this area. But we will continue to count the internal structure in case we don't want to get to this point and we want to now begin to correct deep to the upside as a wave 2 and for a further break. So we're going to see what it's going to give us. So we need to just pay attention to everything. The way I'd mark this to see ending structures of all these waves here, ending structures here before this move. These are ending structures that one can really learn what to expect of a wave 5. So we will expect this probably to give us an ending structure and go. But this is for now, this is a wave C and a wave 4 to the upside. And in looking at this wave to the upside, to the downside, let's go on a 4-hour time frame. So on a 4-hour time frame, this for me still looks like a wave 1 and a wave 2, just like we've been seeing something like that even on the other time frame. This looks like a wave 1, a correction of a wave 2 here. So we think that we are still within a wave 3. Now, this wave 3 that we are within is still unfolding. So in the wave 3, the couple of things may happen here. We may have a deep, this may just continue to pull more down to the downside, but we may at some point get a deeper pullback before we fall more. If we get a pullback, then we get a pullback. What we can do now to know if we are done and we're going to get a pullback is to connect the height of wave 2 here to this height and continue to follow whatever is happening here. So a break out of here means that this correction may have been completed, because at the end of the day, it may just go up to begin to create what we call an ending structure here. But whatever it is going to give us, we don't expect us to break this area for now. We don't expect that we're going to break this area for now, even in trying to correct. Whatever corrections we get is going to fall the more. We don't expect to break this area for now, but whatever is happening now, all we can do, I don't want to continue to add in more sell from this position. I rather want this thing to go, probably go more down, react as we are trying to count the internal wave structure or this wave. If it's going to give us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 50% corrections, so we'll see what once we get there. But I still believe that we are coming down to break this low before any possibility of even finishing this wave, or look at an 100%, extension area to finish it. Now, Euro USD, now it's the same. Euro USD. So Euro USD is the same. Is the same. This looks like a wave 4 to downside, a wave 1, A, B, C, or wave 2. We continue to see. So this is the place we don't want to break for now. So if you're in a buy, your stop loss can be around this area. Let's allow this one continue to go up and create more structure for us. It can give us a 1-2, a 1-2, which is a nest of a wave 3. And the only time you can anticipate that probably we want to have a bigger correction is when you draw a trend support from here, joining this, and you cross, and price begins to cross it, then all you can do is to anticipate that correction. And so once it's completed, we can look for a buy again. We had a buy from here. We might see a scenario that if we have a deep pullback, it might go into negative, but then just know that that we're going to have that. I'm not so sure, because price may just continue to go up and break the top. But again, we are looking at the area of 1.1900 or area to complete with 5. Pound USD. Pound USD, I think it's the same. So we continue to allow this to grow. These are giving us, probably this is wave 4 here, and the wave 5, 1, 2, and the wave 3 might be the longest. We might see extension in that wave going up. So we'll see. If we get a deeper correction, we'll look for opportunity to pick a buy, except if it's giving us another structure, I will tell. NZD USD is also the same. In NZD USD, this may just be an A. Yeah, I think this one is done with this correction here. This is like an A. So the first move, A, B, C, which is a running flat here, and this will be going up as a wave 3. This is going to break up big time, which may now mean at the end of the day, we now see the whole of this as an A wave, the whole of this as a B wave, and the C wave is going up. This probably, if we see a correction, if a deep correction, is to pick a buy. USD JPY, it's also similar. The price is dropping here. It's dropping. So any deep correction, this might just be an A wave to the downside, then a B and a C for further drop. Also, we'll take it. Then the last one is gold. So what is gold giving us? For gold, this is going up. Also, this may be a 1-2, a 1-2 scenario. It may be a 1-2, a 1-2 scenario, but it looks more like this is a wave 1, a wave 2, and wave 3 may be completed or about being completed. If that is the case, if this is a 1 and this is a 2, a 3-1, a 3-2, this may be a 3-3, a 3-4. We may now finish this one a bit to the upside as the third wave of of wave 5, the fifth wave of wave 3. And so if you get that, we might expect a similar correction to this as a wave 4, then wave 5, before we have an ABC, which is a big pullback to the downside, to give us is a 1, a 2, and a 3. So we'll take it, whatever price is giving us, we have to be looking for those price action, for now, whatever we get, it might just be a correction, either deep correction or a shallow correction for further upside. And with that, I may have come to the end of today's forecast. Bye. See you next weekend.